And between California taxes, between the cost of living in California, it just made so much more sense to come to a place like Tennessee where my dollar can spread a lot further. The politics of California, I just can't get down with them, man. I just can't do California politics. I think that Governor Newsom is running California straight into the ground. So take that as you will, but I believe that he's just taking it and just crashing it into the ground. It's just not a cool place to live anymore, man. I think it's important to make sure that you're getting your workout in every day. Now, I'm saying this knowing that I don't, knowing that I don't get my workout in every day. And I just try to strive for it as much as I can. As much as I can. It's a little overcast today, but soon it'll be super hot. And I'll be begging for the overcast. Yeah. These are like the checks and balances of life, right? Just coming in, making a deposit into your body, deposit into your mind, release some positive endorphins. Or like some people say, just lift some heavy stuff, man. Lift some heavy stuff. This is always kind of the welcomed and dreaded part of the workout. Without a doubt. It's amazing. I feel great afterwards. But during the middle of it, it kind of sucks. It just doesn't feel good. You're pushing that cardiovascular. Oh, Lord.
Man, and even to this too, like as you, if you do need, if you have a situation where there's a month where you need more support, you do have the ability to open up multiple accounts.
All right, so a lot of people have asked me, like, why Nashville, why Tennessee? You know, what was the point from moving out from California to over here to like a state that, you know, it's in the South. I got to deal with a lot more things than I wouldn't have had to deal with in California. For instance, the weather. It's kind of gloomy today. The weather in here in Nashville, I will say, is kind of gnarly. It is always on an up and down, up and down, up and down. I mean, it's just crazy. But there were some great reasons why I came out to Nashville, and I'm just going to talk about those real quick. Like, so, first and foremost, my job like what I do for my living is I am a marketing strategist. So I happened to come out to Nashville for a client, Dr. Barry. I'll put a little B-roll inside of the video here. But Dr. Barry, who happens to live out in Nashville, or in Tennessee rather, he lives about an hour and a half outside of downtown Nashville. And so I do marketing strategy. So I work with the clients to help them with their marketing, their back end stuff, creating programs, digital programs, physical products, whatever it is. And that's what I do. So I came out here to do my first bit of consulting with Dr. Barry. And I just, for lack of a better word or reason, I just kind of fell in love with Nashville. I came out here and I was like, man, this is kind of gorgeous out here. I like the feel, I like the area, I like the energy around it. Nashville is growing like massively. It's just on this very fast track of growth. And I like that. And it's still a place where I can come out and I can be here with my daughter and just kind of live peacefully. If you take a look around, look where I'm at. I'm not downtown Nashville. I'm actually about 15, 20 minutes outside of downtown, and I'm here in the woods. And this is like fantastic. I literally have no neighbors that are close enough for me to even see them, right? So we're here out on the farm. Let's take a walk over here. I gotta go check out some of the branches over here, but I have the ability to just live peacefully and to work. I work from my laptop, work on Zoom calls, work with my clients. If my clients need me to go down to them, I can hop over to them. They're about an hour and a half away from me, so I can go down to them. It's just peaceful. And why would I choose this over California's beaches and beautiful weather? One word: money. Because it's the cost of living in California is just crazy. And I was getting to a point in my life where I started to make a good amount that was affecting my taxes, like big time, right? And between California taxes, between the cost of living in California, it just made so much more sense to come to a place like Tennessee where my dollar can spread a lot further. It can go a lot further. And I didn't have to worry about California's crazy taxes, their crazy gas prices. I went to the grocery store earlier. I got a bundle of bananas for like less than $1. Like that stuff matters, you know, especially if you got kids and you're a family person and you're trying to do the best that you can for everybody and supporting everybody, and you got all these things going on. You know, money matters. So that was a big determining factor. Now, do I miss the beaches? Do I miss the California weather? Abso-freaking-lutely. But that being said, I don't miss a lot of the things that are coming along with California, including the prices, taxes, and most importantly, the politics of California. I just can't get down with them, man. I just can't do California politics. I think that Governor Newsom is running California straight into the ground. So take that as you will, but I believe that he's just taking it and just crashing it into the ground. It's just not a cool place to live anymore, man. I mean, if you live out in the mountains, if you live out somewhere in the valley and you have a lot of space around you, you don't really hear anything or you're not around people, then maybe. But out here in Nashville, it's pretty damn cool. It's pretty cool. And I do enjoy living out here in the woods. If you take a listen, you hear the birds, it's peaceful. There's nobody really bothering. We got one main road that kind of comes through here. We hear a little bit of car traffic. But outside of that, man, I'm just like super happy and excited to be here. I'm excited to be in Tennessee. You know, I lived out in Indianapolis when I was younger. This is when I was between 16 and 18 years old. And I lived out there for a handful of years, and my kids were born there. They were both born in California, or excuse me, in Indianapolis. And so I've lived at a state before. This isn't something that's new to me. I've actually dealt with tornadoes. I've dealt with crazy weather. I've dealt with, you know, like real storms. We don't really get big storms in California like that, like you would in the Midwest or down south. So I've dealt with these things. These are not things that are new ideas to me. And so I think that kind of gave me an advantage coming out here because I just knew I could deal with it. I knew I could deal with the heat in the summer. I could deal with the cold. I could deal with the snow. I could deal with that stuff and it wasn't going to really bother me. So ultimately, I made the choice that was going to be the right choice for me when it comes to finances, when it comes to belief systems, when it comes to where I want to go with my life. Now, part of the downside of that, because there's always a drawback and a downside, part of the downside was that I had to leave my 3 sons in California. That's a bummer. I got 3 boys out in California who are at different ages and different stages of their life. I got 1 son who's just a full-blown adult, just doing his thing. I got another son who's in college right now. And I got another little young guy, little Caesar, who is 13, 14 years old, living out in California with his mama. All right, so my camera died. I think I just got to upgrade my storage space I have on my phone that I'm shooting on. But anyhow, so my son, my little guy, he's out there with his mama. And so that's kind of the downside, right? That's one of the downsides of coming out here is I had to leave my sons. And, you know, I wasn't going to make them leave their lives in California. You know, my son, my youngest son, he's just going to high school. We got a great support system. He's out there with his mama. You know, we talk all the time. And, you know, we make sure that everything is good with him. My son's out in college, so he's just starting out doing his thing with his athletic track and field. So he's doing his thing over there. So, you know, it's a bummer. If I could have my way, all my kids would be with me. But the fact that they can't, you know, it just means I got to fly back here and there, and that's okay. But Nashville has been such a godsend. It's been such a blessing. I got so many great people out here that I'm meeting, so many great opportunities that are coming up from it. So it's been an amazing blessing. It really has been. It's been phenomenal. So once again, kind of recap, the reason why I would leave California, number one, I don't like the politics anymore, or now that I'm aware of what's actually going on, I can't do the politics. I can't do the high prices and the gouging. When I came over here, I realized how much California people were getting ripped off. It kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you. Came out here, cost of living is great, food is great, gas is great. You can still have a great piece of land like this and raise your family and, you know, to be present and to just, I don't know, live your life. And then I can go, you know, 15, 20 minutes downtown and be in the mix of the city if I wanted to. And so it's a great trade-off for me. I just went to visit not too long ago, spent some time at the beach, spent some time driving around up and down the coastline. It was phenomenal. But I'm gonna be honest with you, by the time I was done, I was ready to come back to Nashville. I was ready to get back, quote unquote, home. And I think that's just kind of an indicator that even though I miss California and I love California, Nashville's the new home for the foreseeable future. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about all the possibilities. And I'm excited about just living out here in the country, man. Being able to just be out here, be creative, be in my thoughts, work with my clients still, you know, have my bonfires as I'm getting ready to do. And it's just a great place to be. I'm excited and I'm happy, extremely happy that I'm here with my daughter. My son is actually getting ready to come on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, and we're going to spend some time together. He's going to come out here and just spend his spring break. I can't ask for any more than that, man. So my encouragement to anybody out there that's trying to make a choice and a decision on what you should do with your life, what I would say is take an inventory of where you're currently at. Is it serving you? Is it serving its purpose? Is it serving your family's purpose? Are your circumstances something that you want to continue to live with, or can you change it? Can you switch? Can you make a decision to go down a different path? Listen, the trailblazers always have to make the hard decisions. The people that make the hard decisions now will always have a better life later because they made the hard decisions. They did things that most people weren't willing to do. They did things that most people are scared to do, that they're just kind of paralyzed in doing. And I decided a long time ago I just wasn't going to be that person. I was going to be a person that said, I'm going to get up, I'm gonna make some moves, I'm gonna make it happen, even if it's uncomfortable. Is living out here uncomfortable without my sons? Absolutely. Is walking away from everything I've ever known uncomfortable? Absolutely. But I gotta do it. I gotta make the breakthrough. I gotta make the change. I gotta do the things that are necessary to live the life that I want to and to provide for my kids in the way that I need to and to be the provider and protector that ultimately I was meant to be. So, hey, Cesar Hernandez, See you soon.